Good morning. Welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Columbus. My name is Tara Mullins-Cosme, and I serve as a member of your Board of Trustees. I expected my intro to be here, and it isn't, so I'll give it a shot. I am a woman in my 40s. My pronouns are she, her. I have dark curly hair, and light eyes, and light skin. Our speakers provide visual descriptions to welcome people with visual impairments and those listening online. We are excited to be in community with you today. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones and move to a seat in the middle of your section to leave aisle seats open to assist those who may require aisle accessibility. Thank you. If you are visiting for the first time, stop by the welcome table to pick up a visitor gift with more information about our community. Look for the Getting to Know You sign in Beach Hall after the service to learn more about our congregation. And everyone is welcome to come chat with me or any other board member after the service. You can scan the QR code above or see the Sunday reminder email for order of worship and announcements, including upcoming events here at First UU. Paper copies are also available at the greeter stand for those who may need them. The planning of today's service was offered in a First U fundraising auction, and Dennis Frazier was the highest bidder. Today's content will be a reworking of the worship service held at the 2024 Labor Day Retreat, along with some material from the 2022 Labor Day Retreat and elsewhere. Please rise in body or in spirit to sing Come Sing a Song With Me, which is number 346 in our gray hymnals.
My pronouns are she, her, and it is my honor to serve as your minister of congregational life. I am a white woman in her mid-30s with long dark hair and clear glasses, and I am wearing a white stole and a burgundy dress. We gather today on the stolen land of the Wyandotte, Miami, Seneca, Erie, Shawnee, Delaware, and Cayuga people, many of whom were forcibly removed. We support the Native American Indian Center of Central Ohio in their Land Back campaign, and we know that we have more to do to be in true relationship and solidarity with this land and those indigenous to it.
Good morning. I am the Reverend Amanda Hayes. My pronouns are she, her, and I serve for just a little longer as your Justice Minister. I know. I am a white woman in my mid-30s with short, spiky hair and glasses. Now let us enter into the spirit of worship with these words entitled, "Come In, Be Among Us," written by Sherry Woodbury. To all who are yearning for community, come in, be among us. To all who are just getting started, to all who long to go deeper, to all with tender places needing care, come in, be among us. To the ones who have healed and have care to give, for those who are curious and hungry to learn, for those who know that they have something to teach, come in, be among us. For the ones who are just beginning to suspect they might nurture others becoming, to the young and the old, the innocent and the jaded, the fresh of mind and the deeply steeped, there is room here for each and every one. Come in, be among us. It is now time for our children to meet Nikki in the back to prepare to bring in the light. Everyone else, please turn to your neighbors to introduce yourself. If you can, find someone you don't know well.
It is now time for our children to bring in the light.
Hi, I'm going to give a reading. This is called The Library. In the library, I took a book from a shelf, and in my mind's eye, it began to shimmer brightly, sending rays of light outward in hues of strawberry and papaya and lemon to embrace the tomes of lore from which it had received jade and sapphire and amethyst, to caress volumes of knowledge to which it had contributed. And those books in turn shimmered and sent out rays of light to other works, which sent out rays of light to still others. Histories, novels, repair manuals, cookbooks, until the entire library was ablaze, incandescent, iridescent, glowing with the power of story.
Thank you. Today's story is a retelling of The Little Red Hen, a folk tale collected by Mary Mapes Dodge in St. Nicholas Magazine in 1874, illustrated today by members of First UU families.
The story of the Little Red Hen retold. Once upon a time, for such is how all great stories begin, once upon a time, there was a little red hen who had a brood of young chicks. They all lived in a big farmyard with other animals. A cow, a horse,
Nay.
a pig,
Oink.
a dog,
Woof!
or,
Arf!
or,
Bow wow!
depending on the dialect, and a goose.
Honk.
One fine day, the little red hen got an irresistible hankering for some nice home-baked bread. Now, bread is made of some type of flour, and flour is ground or milled from some kind of grain. And grain is harvested from the stalks of full-grown plants. And those plants grow from individual grains nestled and rooted in the soil. So Little Red Hen set about gathering the gleaning and procuring and collecting the overlooked and unused grains that could be found. At last, there was a big pile that was more than enough for planting. The Little Red Hen went to the other animals and asked, "Who will help me?"
Who will help me plant these grains so that we can enjoy home-baked bread?
The cow said.
Not I. Not I.
The horse said.
Not I.
The pig said.
Not I.
The dog said.
Not I.
And the goose said.
Honk.
So the little red hen planted all the grains and carefully tended the young seedlings and then the growing plants all season long, until the stalks were heavy with golden ripe spikes. At last, the time for harvest arrived. The little red hen went to the other animals and asked,
Who will help me harvest this grain so that we can enjoy home-baked bread?
The cow said.
Not I.
The horse said.
Not I.
The pig said.
Not I.
The dog said.
Not I.
And the goose said.
Honk.
So the little red hen carefully harvested all the grain, pouring it into a sack after a great big sack, holding back enough for next year's planting. At last, the grain was ready to be carried to the mill and ground into flour. So the little red hen went to the other animals and asked,
Who will help me carry this grain to the mill so that we can enjoy home-baked bread?
The cow said,
Not I.
the horse said,
Not I.
the pig said,
Not I.
the dog said,
Not I.
and the goose said.
Honk.
So the little red hen piled all the sacks, one after another, into a great big cart and pulled the cart all the way to the mill. When the grain had been ground into flour, the little red hen piled all the sacks. Wait, I'm smart, guys. All the way to the farmyard. At last, the flour was ready to be baked into bread. The little red hen went to the other animals and asked, Who will bake? I'm smart, I swear.
Who will help me bake this bread for us to enjoy?
The cow said.
Not I.
The horse said.
Not I.
The pig said.
Not I.
The dog said.
Not I.
And the goose said.
Honk.
So the little red hen, with persistence and determination, assembled all the ingredients, mixed and kneaded and proofed the dough, built a big fire in the hearth, and formed and baked loaves to last several days without going stale, and set the loaves out to cool. At last, the much-anticipated bread was ready to be tasted. The little red hen went to the other animals and asked.
Who will help me eat this bread?
The cow shouted.
I
The horse shouted.
I will.
The pig shouted.
I will.
The dog shouted.
I will.
And the goose said nothing, having gone out wandering around the back 40. The little red hen said,
Now wait just a cluck minute. 4 times I asked you all for help. Not one of you even said that you'd like to help but couldn't. Each one of you just said no. Now all of you want to enjoy what you refuse to help make.
And the little red hen and the chicks took the bread, went off, and had a warm, delicious golden brown loaf for dinner, all by themselves. And here is where the story usually ends, with some moral about self-reliance or caution against expecting something for nothing, or a conclusion that if you want a job done right, you'd better do it yourself. But our story today has an epilogue, an ending after the ending. The next day, the little red hen and the chicks packed up their belongings, along with the remaining bread and flour and grain, and left that farmyard, traveling on their way until they found another farmyard, where the animals cooperated and helped each other as best they could. Those who could plant helped to plant, those who could harvest helped to harvest, those who could carry helped to carry, and those who could bake helped to bake. They shared the hard work and the good things that came from it. At that table, they all ate bread together. May we all find and build a community that supports us and gives us opportunities to support one another. And the goose said,
Amen.
Thank you all for listening. Remember that each of our lives can be thought of as a story or a song. When we're unhappy, sometimes we can change the words.
Let's give another round of applause. Please remain seated with your hands over your hearts as we sing May Your Life Be As a Song, number 1059 in our teal hymnal, as we sing our beloved children back to their families and out to class. We'll sing it through twice in unison and twice more as a 2-part round.
Resounding with the dawn to sing awake the
During the months of July and August, our offering plate will benefit Deaf World Against Violence Everywhere, or D-Wave. Today, I'd like to introduce Michelle Campbell, who works with D-Wave in a variety of roles, including volunteer, advocate, and board member, to share about the valuable work that they do. Her interpreter is Denny Stark, Advocacy and Communication Coordinator for D-Wave.
Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Michelle, and I'm from D-Wave. And I work as an advocate, and D-Wave stands for Deaf World Against Violence Everywhere. We provide services including training, advocacy, and we provide these services to anyone that's deaf, deafblind, deaf-disabled, hard of hearing, who are survivors that have experienced trauma. This could be from domestic violence, sexual assault, just really any type of violence. We have many success stories of survivors that have really thrived from their experience, but for this short little presentation, I picked one, and I do want to warn you that this can be triggering. So we had a deaf survivor who was experiencing severe violence from her deaf husband. There was domestic violence, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, all of that was involved. And there was a situation that had occurred where the police contacted D-Wave to provide advocacy support. We brought an interpreter with us, and we went to go, and this was an hour and a half south of Columbus, but an advocate and an interpreter went to go help the survivor who was almost killed from this incident. But we helped the survivor, we got them saved, pulled them out of this, and helped them continue their journey. We went with them to court, and we stayed with them to court all the way. And throughout this, we continued to drive that hour and a half south to make sure that this survivor had support. And during this, they, grew healthier, and that as we stayed with them during court, continued providing advocacy, and finally, the deaf husband got justice and was sent to jail. After that happened, we still continued to provide advocacy support with housing for this survivor and really any needed resource that they needed after this had happened. And really, she became free and happy. She's going out with her children now and presenting on her experience as a survivor, which is really impactful to see how D-Wave was able to do that for her and help her through that horrible situation is just really, really, really impactful. We need financial assistance for transportation needs because we serve the entire state of Ohio. Driving back and forth, we provide survivor retreats, housing assistance, really anything that the survivor needs, D-Wave is here to help provide. We also help with interpreter services as well. Thank you so much for having me here today.
In addition to passing the basket, you can text to give, scan the QR code, or visit firstucolumbus.org/donate. Thank you so much for your generosity. Today's pastoral listener is Pat Snyder, who is right there. If you have something on your mind or heart today, they will be in Beach Hall after the service, and we'll be happy to listen. We have some joys and sorrows from our community to share with you this morning, and there are 3 caring cards to sign in Beach Hall after worship. Happy birthday to Fred Thomas, who turned 80 on August 8th. He was born 2 days after the bombing of Hiroshima and a day before the bombing of Nagasaki. Fred states that, "My joy is that we've now managed to go 80 years without another nuclear bomb being used in the same way." We send our care and healing thoughts to Nina Lewis, who had corneal transplant surgery at the end of July. She is home recovering, and it is a long healing period. She will have a second surgery later this year for the other eye. And we send our deepest sympathy to Jim Macharsky and his family. Jim's mother, Antonia, passed away on July 25th. She lived in Georgia and was 94 years old. As we hold all that has been shared and all that remains in our hearts, I invite you to join me in our congregational response with the words on the screen. Our sorrows and joys, both those spoken here and those not spoken, are part of the story of this beloved community. We hold them gently in our hearts. Now I will ring our temple bell as we have a moment of quiet together.
Dunbar, born in 1872 in Dayton to 2 formerly enslaved people from Kentucky, became one of the first influential Black poets in American literature. During his lifetime of less than 34 years, he wrote novels, short stories, essays, and many poems. He was internationally acclaimed for his dialect verse. Our summer choir presents "I Sing My Song," a musical setting of Dunbar's poem, "The Poet and His Song." We human beings are by nature storytellers. It is written, as it were, in our DNA. Narrative, imagery, figurative language all have a part to play in the way we communicate with one another. So it's not surprising that much has been said about storytelling, which, for the past couple of millennia, a mere blip on the timeline of our species, has come to be associated with writing. In Censoring an Iranian Love Story, author Shahryar Mandanipur makes an observation about stories that can easily be interpreted as applying also to our lives. It's a good story, but let's remember that every good story needs rewriting too. Like an emerald, one can cut and polish it over and over again. Perhaps it would have been better if every writer had the ambition to write a single story in his lifetime and worked on this one story until the final moment of his life. This was translated by Sarah Khalili. Screenwriter Peggy Goldman makes the comparison more explicitly in the TV series Starman, in which an extraterrestrial parent and human offspring try to connect with one another. In a scene from the episode The Gift, the teenager begins to weep when the visitor reveals that a beloved grandparent is dying. The visitor asks, "Why are you crying?"
Because someone I care about is going to die. Don't they cry where you come from when somebody dies?
No, they don't.
Well, why not?
Where I come from, it's just simpler. Take a favorite book, Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, so?
Well, when you were reading the book, you enjoyed it. But when you were finished, you weren't happy and you weren't sad. You were just finished with the book. Do you understand?
No. When I like a book, I want it to go on forever. I don't want it to end.
But it does go on forever, because what you like about that book becomes a part of you. Novelist Alice Hoffman agrees. There is no end to a story. It goes on indefinitely, to eternity. Every time a story is read, it's alive and it's different, because the reader is different. Or as Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner, creators of Welcome to the Night Vale, put it, death is only the end, if you assume the story is about you. These storytellers share a perspective that might be summed up this way. Story is a part of each of us. We are part of an immense, unending story. We are not the whole story. Please remain seated to sing and join in singing the first two verses of When Our Heart is in a Holy Place, number 1008 in the Teal Hymnal.
Thank you. Good morning, all. Good morning. I'm Dennis Fraser. My family has been attending First UU since at least 2018. Laura and I became members in March 2019. I am, by temperament, a pedantic grammarian. I have no preference in third-person pronouns, but I do prefer a singular verb. I present as a late middle-aged white guy on the skinny side with shortish brownish head hair and fuzzy gray facial hair, wearing wire-rimmed glasses on a big honking nose over a big goofy grin. I am sitting in the middle of the chancel between the pulpit and the lectern, dressed in a dark green long-sleeve top and khaki chinos. My grandfather, on my dad's side, was born in 1873. He came to live with us when I was very young, and he died when I was not quite 6. So I don't remember much about him directly. But at least one memory stands out. I was in kindergarten. My parents had gotten the notion that I would be able to take French in elementary school. I remember my grandfather being so pleased that I was going to be, in his words, a little Frenchman. As it turned out, there was some misunderstanding or miscommunication, and French in grade school never came to pass. Fast forward 8 years. Our guidance counselor was getting us ready to enter high school. What language do you want to take? You have 4 options: German, Spanish, French, and Latin. How would I know? I had no idea. Flip a coin, 1 potato, 2 potato. And then I happened to remember my grandfather's delight. So I chose French. I took 4 years of French. I took other languages. That choice set me on a trajectory for the next 50 years. Of course, I know perfectly well that I might have ended up on the same path if I had taken German. And the idea that an entire life can be traced to a single event is a bad TV plot. But I like telling that story because it gives me a sense of connection. If you will indulge me, I'd like to invite you to try a little mental exercise. You are certainly welcome not to participate, but if you choose to do so, please get comfortable. Notice your feet, your knees, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 2. Breathe in, breathe out. 3. Let yourself go. Let your thoughts go. Let there wander into your mind, unbidden, an image or a feeling that says something about you, about where you are now, about how you came to be here, or about where you hope to go from here. Take hold of it, examine it, visit with it for a couple of minutes. And when you have finished visiting, let it go and watch it float away. Recollect your thoughts. Recollect yourself. Breathe out, breathe in. 3. Breathe out, breathe in. 2. Breathe out, breathe in. 1. Notice your neck, your shoulders, your back, your hips, your knees, your feet. Come back into this space with these people. We are accustomed to telling our stories to others and having others tell their stories to us. But it is also important for us, both as individuals and as a community, to tell our stories to ourselves so we remember who we are. Our hour here together is drawing to a close. But I think there is still time for one more story. In the summer of 2019, one of our young adults led a marvelous Sunday morning worship service. We'll call this person M for short. Toward the end of the service, M announced the final congregational song and turned to indicate the words on the screen. The words of the vision statement used in extinguishing the chalice appeared. Oops. The words of the final song had inadvertently been left out. Without missing a beat, Anne taught us the words right then and led us in singing the song. At some point, Anne made the offhand comment that we probably could sing the vision statement if it were set to music. Be very careful what you say in front of you audience. Because of course the words were then set to music. Today, let's try singing First You Use Vision Statement as we extinguish our chalice. The words and melody will appear on the screen. Oh, good, they're there. Note the addition of beloved friends at the beginning. Please stay seated. Nathan will play the tune through once. Michaela will sing the verse once. Then you are invited to join in singing it twice. Our chalice is extinguished. May we go in peace. Blessed be.